there is a whole assortment of specialist journals from the Faculty of Definitive Relativity. I'll just take one of them with me. The selection is done according to the proven method of random chance.
What did we pick up?
A magazine with the promising title, let's just say, a rhetoric magazine.
Ah, okay.
They must have 4 to 5 diopters. The owner must be as blind as a bat and be bumping into everything at the moment.
Pick him up. Let's slow the music down. That's why we picked up these weights. Make her dance slower.
The record turns more slowly due to the weight. Still, sounds pretty good. He makes a curious impression with his teddy bear shirt. I don't know why, but he really scares me. Hello. That's a nice house of cards you're building there.
Yeah. And now be quiet or the thing will fall again.
This institution gives a somewhat, well, strange impression. Was it always like that? Could you tell me a bit about it? Maybe you've noted something in particular.
Sure I can. But I won't. Otherwise I'll end up like... Oh, it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Otherwise you'll end up like whom?
Just like people who ask too many questions.
Can I borrow the copier for a second?
Sure. Bring down my house of cards, steal my glory, my pride, my last bit of self-respect. The spark of hope in my dreary routine, the little bit...
Yeah, okay. I'll just wait until you're finished. Nicole Charleroi. She's the director of the institute here, right?
Is she here?
No, I don't think so.
Ooh, don't scare me like that again.
Are you afraid of her?
Me? No, of course not. Shay was also never afraid. On the other hand, Shay also never had anything to do with psychopathic scientists.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
You look pretty determined. Are you getting money for this house of cards?
Money? No, not money. Glory. I'll be like my ancestors and go down in history.
As a house of cards builder?
Yes. Shay started the same way.
Che Guevara?
No. Chevrolet.
Okay, I understand. I'm going.
Okay. I have to hurry anyway before the earthquake starts again.
Earthquake?
Yeah, every afternoon. Just before I finish the tallest house of cards in the world, an earthquake comes and ruins everything again. But this time, I'll make it.
Right, there's an earthquake.
Watch out that your house of cards doesn't fall down.
Yeah, make sure you don't bring down my house of cards.
Let's just get the fuck out of here, man.
The gatekeeper appears to use this room as an interim storage room for his paintings.
Yeah, we haven't spoken to him yet, but... right. So now we've picked up a whole bunch of stuff, right?
A relatively small kitchen. It's obvious this hospital does not have all that many patients. Either that, or they are all on a diet.
Okay. So let's put the log in the stove.
I'll pile the pieces of wood like I would have learned in the Girl Scouts, had I joined them.
Okay. Let's put the newspaper in.
I knew that these kinds of pseudo-magazines could help in many situations.
Let's put the glasses.
It is really astonishing how the old tricks continue to work again and again.
And then use the sausage tongs.
I think I will have to pull the coals out of the fire.
And we've got
a bit of burned wood from the fireplace, and
charcoal.
It's still hot.
Now, if you saw a painter earlier on who was painting and may possibly have run out of black paint, Yeah.
I wonder why such a small and remote psychiatric hospital needs a doorman, especially since there is no parking available here. The future masterpieces of contemporary Cuban painting are created here. Whether they are justifiably rather unknown is something that others need to decide.
Let's have a chat. Obviously, I got the stuff I needed for this guy, so I wouldn't have to look
Good
around for the stuff I
afternoon.
needed.
I'm looking for the sanatorium under the palms. Am I in the right place?
Good afternoon to you, too. Yes, as far as the name is concerned, you're in the right place.
As far as the name is concerned?
Well, it's the same with institutions as it is with political parties. The name isn't always the main concern.
How come? There are a bunch of palm trees here, aren't there?
Sure, there are palm trees here. But let's leave it at that. I've already said too much. How can I help you?
Oh, come on. What's going on here? What isn't right?
Nothing. I mean everything. Oh, it doesn't matter. What do you want?
That's a shame. I'm looking for a man named Manuel Perez. He's supposedly a patient here.
Ah, yes, could be. I don't know the patients. Go to reception on the left side. I'm sure someone can help you there. And if I can offer you a word of advice, be careful.
What? Why?
Just because. You look like you could use the warning, but be that as it may, I have to go back to my painting. Good luck.
Huh.
The woman in charge. What is she really like?
Miss Charleroi? No idea. I don't have any contact with her. She greets me when she arrives in the morning. I usually don't see her at night because she often stays in the institute until really late.
Any peculiarities?
Like I said, I almost never see her.
A little while ago, you said that something wasn't right with this institution.
Me? No, I never said that.
But,
The weather is beautiful today, isn't it?
yes, it's gorgeous. I understand.
There were never any owls.
Nurse Sabrina, what do you think of her?
If I would tell you, you would say I was sexist.
Yes, her assets are apparently very apparent. And otherwise?
Otherwise, I unfortunately don't know her very well. Women of her caliber don't mess around with average-looking gatekeepers.
You just have to convince her of your qualities.
And those would be?
Well,
Yeah, thanks for the chat.
paint during your shift?
Yeah, sure. If there's nothing to do, I paint a couple of pictures. Some of them are then hung up in the clinic.
Is there really that little to do?
What do you think? We don't exactly have concerts or events where thousands of people line up the night before. I've been working here for 2 years, and you are, if I haven't miscounted, you are the third visitor.
Oh. What do you usually paint?
Everything, really. Although, if I have to be honest, everything isn't necessarily a lot. At some point, you just run out of ideas when you can only paint from one position.
Go abstract.
So far, I've painted lots of palm trees, blades of grass, and even butterflies in various positions. I'm starting to get sick of it. I paint extra slow, you know. I used to paint a picture in 30 minutes. Now I take 30 hours, just to postpone the problem of choosing the next subject for the picture.
Well, then I wish you... What should I wish for?
Wish that we have a thunderstorm. Maybe some of the palm trees will fall down, and then I would have something new to paint.
Okay. Then I wish you have a thunderstorm.
Thanks. And if you happen to run across a great idea,
Oh, we
then
already
please
have.
let me know.
Why don't you paint the nurse?
Could you perhaps paint a portrait of Nurse Sabrina?
Yeah, I guess so. Just a second. I've run out of black. I can't paint without black.
Okay, I'll take care of it. How long do you need?
Probably half a day.
You have 30 minutes.
There's no way. I need at least 3 hours.
Agreed. You have 1 hour.
It's no wonder that contemporary painters have never been able to equal the masters, if the artists are constantly rushed like this. At least Sabrina can't be rushed. A few minutes ago, she danced so fast that a portrait of her would have been completely impossible to do.
Now she's
But she has
dancing
apparently
slow.
put on a slower record, so it shouldn't be a problem anymore.
We
I'll leave
actually
you alone with your muse now.
need
Thanks.
one more thing, which we just got.
I'm still waiting for the kiss.
From me or from the muse?
Both.
Which is he doesn't have any black, and we've got black.
I didn't find any black paint. Do you think a piece of coal will work too?
Yes. Coal should work too.
Do you have everything you need for the portrait now?
Yes, I think so. She's a little hard to see from here, but I'll try.
Oh. 60 minutes later.
It looks great, considering it was painted in 60 minutes. I think I've outdone myself again. Don't you think?
Yes, it's really nice. And her best features are emphasized perfectly. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I'll put the masterpiece in a bag for you so it doesn't get dirty.
I'll leave you alone with your muse now.
Thanks. I'm still waiting for the kiss.
From me or from the muse?
Both.
The portrait of Nurse Sabrina wrapped up in plastic sheeting.
If you're wondering why I'm saving a lot as well, if you actually look, our last autosave was when we quit the game on the last session yesterday. So that's why I'm saving a lot. I mean, you can't... you can't... Unless you... endgame. Unless you create the autosave, it doesn't autosave anything. Now, you can't die or lose, I don't think, until the very end. But, would you like to see a portrait of yourself?
Look at this. What do you think?
Oh, that's pretty. And the woman is a knockout. Oh, that's me. Oh, I always knew I was pretty, but so stunning.
Yeah, and so modest. I thought you could use it as a campaign poster.
Yeah, great idea. But one isn't enough, is it?
Women, give them a hand and they'll rip off the whole arm. If I help you out with a few more pictures, you have to help me too, okay?
Yeah, okay. And I also promise no new taxes.
Exactly. And no one wants to build a wall. I can already see you could make a really good politician. I'll see if I can come up with a few more campaign posters.
Anyway, this is way before that happened in real
Then I'll
life.
leave you to your hip swing again.
If you thought of that particular person who we do not talk about. But you may remember we saw a copier earlier, but there was a dude who was blocking our way from the copier, and this chap would cause an
Hello?
earthquake.
Are you a member of the staff?
You can see what we're doing.
No, heaven forbid. I'm here to repave the courtyard with asphalt. But to do that, I have to remove the old asphalt first. It's terribly hard work in this heat. I can tell you that.
I can imagine. By the way, I'm Nina.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Bernard.
Why is the courtyard being repaved? It still looks good. I've seen streets at home that look much worse.
No idea. You're right, though. It really isn't worthwhile for just a couple of patients. Whatever. I don't really care.
Who hired you?
Some Italian-American Massimo Gattuso or something like that.
Massimo Gartuzzo?
Yes. He wants the courtyard to be finished in 3 days. It's completely unrealistic.
But you don't know why this courtyard is supposed to be repaved? Strange. How come someone like Massimo Gartuzzo has the rear yard of a net house in a Cuban hick town surfaced with asphalt? Did you notice anything unusual about the Institute?
What do you mean by unusual? A couple of mentally challenged and a couple of doctors in a narrow room? At some point, it's difficult to differentiate between doctors and patients.
I feel the same way about dog owners. But did you notice anything unusual?
Apart from the fact that one of them is always screaming, screeching, or makes strange noises, truth be told, the Institute scares me a little.
Can you describe it a little more?
I don't know exactly. I just don't like it here. As soon as it gets dark, I make sure that I leave. And there isn't enough money in the world to get me to go in there.
Someone like him admitting just like that he is afraid without having a real reason for it? I should be cautious if I want to continue looking around here.
Yeah, you can literally ask the man about his stutter.
Do you know a man named Manuel Perez?
Who's that?
I don't know why
One
you
of the
think he'd
people
know.
inside.
A patient?
Yes.
No idea. I haven't had any contact with them. It's prohibited by the management.
And you can literally ask this man about his stutter.
You have a bit of a stutter. Am I correct to assume that it's caused by a childhood trauma?
No,
Or did your first girlfriend disappoint you? What tragic story is behind it?
this is
Have
rude as
you
fuck.
ever worked 10 hours with a jackhammer and then tried to speak halfway normal?
Oh, no, not that I know of.
I thought so. Otherwise, you wouldn't ask a question like that.
Rude as fuck. But it gave us the option to. Anyway, he's on his
Well,
break.
then enjoy the rest of your break.
I will.
We need him to knock down the house of cards so we can get to the photocopier. But he won't go on his break until he sees the black smoke. Well, we've got a bag.
That stinks and gives off fumes. Why should I do that? That stinks and gives off fumes.
Okay,
Why should I do that?
that's the first time I've been
I
flummoxed.
can't even walk across hot coals, let alone reach into burning fires.
This is what we're supposed to do?
That stinks and gives off fumes. Why should I do that?
I mean, we know what we want to do. We want to... Oh, now it will burn it. I don't know why it wasn't burning it before.
No!
Anyway,
The
he's...
earthquake has begun. Nina, sometimes you are
Yeah.
really bad.
I'm sorry, I don't know why that didn't trigger, unless I got ahead of myself. He's got to take that entire thing up. That's...
No door handle, no keyhole. As soon as the door has closed, it cannot be opened from outside. The vibrations caused by the jackhammer cause the house of cards to collapse. The poor guy will surely need them for his next attempt at the record.
Well, here's the copier.
A copier.
I don't know why I picked up the teddy bear,
He is so cute!
but
I used up all the copier paper. That should be enough for a campaign to cover all of Cuba. This poster surely attracts many men, but whether they are then thinking about the mayoral elections remains to be seen.
don't know why that was so hard to do, but here you go.
Here are the campaign posters. There's no longer anything standing in the way of your political career.
Beautiful, simply beautiful. Who could resist this woman?
No one. Help me now.
Sure, I've given you my word as a politician, haven't I?
Will you help me anyway?
Fine, just this once. But watch out for Ramon. He's the caretaker here, and if he finds you, he'll make mincemeat out of you. So hurry. Perez's cell is all the way at the end on the left.
Wow.
The artist has made it very clear where he considered Sabrina's true and eternal beauty to be.
Totally not a creepy asylum. Okay, so we want to go into this cell now and ignore how they're portraying the mentally ill.
The cell is empty? Is this supposed to be a joke? Or do the staff not know where their patients are at any given time? It looks like blood. A camera has been mounted up there. Wonder if it works.
Is that everything?
Looks as if someone tried to break the tiles out of the wall in a certain pattern. But I just can't think what it is supposed to mean. Small grooves in the wall. Almost looks like scratches. There is something in one of the grooves. Those are fingernails.
Ew.
Isn't there something stuck between the mattress and the frame? There is. A newspaper article. It deals with the new appointment for the post of institution director. Next to the article is a large photograph of that Nicole Charleroi.
And it's spelt differently, but now we know what Nicole looks like. Can we use the tongs to get the fingernails out? No. And that's everything here. I think that's everything here.
Looks as if someone tried to break the tiles out of the wall in a certain pattern.
Trying to make sure I've
just
examined
can't
everything,
think what it is supposed to mean.
so I don't have to do too much backtracking. What
The
about this
door
cell?
looks different than the other doors. Most likely it is not a cell, but the room for the caretaker, Ramon. I'd better not go in there, otherwise he will get me.
Oh dear. Look at Boris Johnson in the back there.
He looks like he crossed the threshold to madness a long time ago.
What about this cell?
Hello? Is someone there?
Yes, come on in. I promise you we will definitely have a lot of fun together.
Maybe next time.
What about this door?
There are noises coming from the cell that tell me I definitely do not want to go in there.
And we can't examine the last door. Well, let's tell her that the cell's empty.
Sorry, may I disturb you again?
But of course, darling, anytime. I could use a little distraction.
Perez's cell is empty. Where is your patient?
Empty? What do you mean, empty?
I mean empty. No one there, all gone, little going on there. In short, it's empty.
It's an
That can't
ex-parrot.
be. The doctor, she'll kill me.
Does that mean you really don't know where Perez is?
No, Ramon?
Yeah?
Where is Perez?
How come?
He's not in his cell, so where is Perez?
He's gone. I've already informed the doctor. She'll take care of it.
Take care of it? Then will she take care of us too?
I don't think so. She sounded really calm. Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen. I'm going to take care of the patient's beds here first. They need to be changed pretty badly. We'll talk after work, okay?
Yeah, we should do that. Sorry, I didn't know. You heard for yourself. Oh, Lord, watch over us.
Damn. I've flown thousands of miles just to find out that this Perez has disappeared, but I am not giving up that easily. I mean, he can't have dissolved into thin air. Is the camera in Manuel Perez's cell, is it turned on?
I think so. Charleroi mounted it. Or more precisely, had it mounted.
Is there anywhere to see what the camera has recorded?
Sure, it would certainly be possible in the control room.
Can I look at it?
No, I can't let anyone in.
Come on, you owe me one.
Sorry, I don't have a key. Only Ramon and the boss have keys.
Well, that's that then.
Then I'll leave you to your hip swing again.
Now, believe it or not,
If I manage to attach the canvas correctly, then hopefully the door will not close the next time.
Let's go in. I mean, I can't believe he didn't notice that, but if he's not going to notice that, then so be it. Okay, time to save. Why would the billionaire and tough-as-nails businessman Massimo Gattuso buy an insane asylum in Cuba? Well, there's a
The
VCR here.
latest models. Wonder if they also were financed by this Massimo Gattuso guy.
And there are a bunch of clues here that we're going to have to use for a very stupid puzzle. Let's look at this picture.
A one-legged pirate. He probably lost the other leg in a sea battle.
1,
A cat is sitting on his shoulders, and
4,
on the cat's head sits a parrot.
2,
And the painter immortalized a spider in the upper top corner. What a weird painting.
8. Number of legs. Really?
How am I supposed to unlock this lock? Maybe I'll find a clue to the correct combination somewhere in here.
1,
1,
4,
4,
2,
2, 8.
8.
I wonder if the safe will open now. All right! I'm a genius! There are tapes in there with writing on them. A. Carlos, J. Sanchez, S. Martinez, M. Perez. Here it is. I hope that it will help me somehow.
And we have a VCR right here.
I'm really eager to see what's on it.
Oh dear. Ah, you broke him out.
What are you doing here?
I came to see if you're helping a patient escape.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
Too bad. I don't actually like violence, but you leave me no choice. You'll go down before I do.
No, wait! I don't want to rat you out. I just need to find Manuel Perez really badly. He's my only hope.
Only hope?
Perez was with my father on an expedition many years ago. Now my father disappeared without a trace, and I hope that Perez can help me find him.
Manuel help someone? He's the one who needs to be helped.
How come?
Because he... Never mind.
Ah, dear.
So you really don't want to hurt him?
No,
definitely not.
We don't hurt people, apart from
Okay,
that one
I'll
guy
help
we
you.
shot in the face with a
Just don't
poison
tell
dart.
anyone I did, otherwise I've had it. The doctor doesn't stand for any nonsense.
The doctor doesn't seem to be the most fun person anyway. Why?
You have no idea what they're doing with Perez here?
No, how should I?
He was brought here a few months ago at the request of a guy named Gattuso. He was also the one who put Charles Roy in charge. And then the horror began.
Let me guess. Human experiments?
Yeah? How did you know?
That's not important right now. Do you know what the goals of these experiments are?
No. It's probably because Manuel's disease is somehow special. 2 other people were also flown in, but they
He's got the
disappeared
brainworms.
soon thereafter. It has to be about something big. In the last few months, they've invested nearly $1 million in this asylum. Our salaries doubled in one fell swoop. But money isn't everything, and the price of a human life is too high, in my opinion. I wanted out sooner, but the boss said, whoever wants to get out now is gone forever. So I lost my confidence.
I understand, but I need to find Perez badly. The longer it takes me to find my father, the greater the probability that he...
Okay, I'll help you. Perez is hidden in a rock cave not very far from here, but you can't take him with you. I'll come in a couple of hours and take care of him. I know a lot of people here who will hide us.
Agreed. Take care of yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Doesn't give a shit about the rest of the... Well, there's Perez, but we don't actually want to see Perez. We want to go back in the kitchen. Because Perez can't talk. So we need some more charcoal. And we need to get the portrait again so he can draw on it.
I'll just take the picture with me again.
And now, there's Perez.
The poor guy is in a terrible shape. If he was not already close to being crazy when he was brought in, nobody would have been able to take the terrible treatment meted out by Charleroi without sustaining lasting damage.
And we're nearly going to be switching over to Max. Because we've basically finished Nina's segment.
Are you Manuel Perez?
Oh dear.
Hello? Can you understand me? I don't know if he understands me, but when I addressed him, he looked me in the eyes and smiled, almost as if he recognized me. This Evank in the Tunguska region reacted the same way. Maybe he really did recognize somebody, namely, my father. My father disappeared. He was probably kidnapped. I take it that the reason he was kidnapped had something to do with his past. You worked with him for so many years. Do you know of anything that could, after so long a time, catch up to him? It's obvious he wants to tell me something, but I have no idea what. What happened back then during the Tunguska expedition? Try to remember. It could be very important.
He's got no tongue. He's got no tongue.
Either he can't remember anything, or he does not want to talk about it. What did they do to you in the Institute? And more importantly, why? What did they want from you? He appears to be afraid of the subject. He must have experienced some bad things in the hospital. I shouldn't torture him with it any further.
Hold together, game. Hold together. Now, we picked up the portrait. So we could give him the portrait, and we'll give him the charcoal.
Maybe Perez can put his thoughts down to paper somehow, since he obviously cannot express himself in words. It's worth a try. Perez drew some kind of symbol. I have no idea what it's supposed to mean, but it doesn't appear to be chaotic scribbling. The symbol can be recognized clearly and plainly, and the lines are so straight, as if they had been drawn with a ruler. Now the only question that remains is how that is going to help me. I'm going to send Max a text message and a picture of the symbol. Maybe he has an idea.
And now we swap over to Max.
Morangi must live here somewhere nearby, if he's still alive. Hopefully the locals can help me. I would really like to know how Nina is doing, but I'd probably interrupt her while she's doing something important.
And you'll notice we can't switch back to Nina because we've done Nina's bit. Nina's bit is done.